get your popcorn ready because you guys are in for a vent session. Why? Because SM finally announced their big plans for their new Superboy group. Before I get into my thoughts, let me give you all an update about the situation. So, according to media outlets, SM will in fact be debuting a new Superboy group called Super M, with all of the idols rumored to be a part of the lineup. This list will include Taemin from SHINee, Baekhyun and Kai from EXO, Mark and Taeyong from NCT, and Lucas and Ten from WayV. Lee Soo-man, the founder and former CEO of SM Entertainment, introduced the group at a private event at Capitol Records, which is a major US label. Lee Soo-man addressed the audience there, stating that the group would have its US debut in October, with, quote, massive marketing, promotion, and publicity campaigns. When I first heard the news, I was kind of shocked and a bit apprehensive. I obviously recognized that SM would promote this new group, but I just kind of figured that it would be like a normal Korean release instead of a US debut. As you guys can probably tell from my voice, I am in fact American. And while on one hand I love it when groups are able to promote within the US, I'm generally not too big of a fan of US debuts. I think I want to make a separate video about K-pop in the West, so I'm not going to get into all of the details now. But back to Super M, I'm just going to break down what I'm feeling by group. I do want to preface this by saying that I'm still excited to see what they release, and I'll definitely support them. But there are some questions that I have about what this will mean for the other groups. I think I have the least problem with Taemin being a part of this group, because the other members of his group are in the military right now. I just think it's kind of odd that SM, a company that's known for its vocalists, would choose to have such a dance-heavy group. I just think it's kind of odd for Taemin to be debuting again after 11 years in SHINee, and after 5 years as a solo artist. I guess I don't really have any complaints about him being in the group, because his schedule doesn't really seem that busy anyways, though. Okay, so here's where it gets trickier. WayV literally just debuted in China, so I don't get why they're trying to now send 2 of the members into a group that seems to be oriented towards Western audiences. I feel like SM should try to establish them as members of their Chinese group and focus on promoting WayV more in China before they try to split up the members and promote some in the US. I get that Lucas and Ten are still part of NCT, but SM has been the one making sure WayV maintains its distance from the rest of NCT to not interfere with Chinese promotions. Now let's talk about NCT 127 specifically. This subunit is already signed to Capitol Records and appears to be focused on US promotions. So why is SM creating a whole new group to promote in the West when they haven't really successfully promoted the group they had originally signed? Now, this isn't me trying to hate on 127 or anything, but as an American, I can say that the only K-pop groups that the average US resident has heard of is BTS and maybe Blackpink. If this new group also promotes in the US and reaches a level of popularity more than 127, then it would kind of negate the purpose of 127's subunit. I'm also really worried about the toll this is going to take on Taeyong and Mark, who are already promoting in multiple countries in multiple units. Oh boy, so this is the one that's probably had the most controversy. SM has pretty much limited EXO's promotions in the US, has made EXO's members reject deals with American companies, and now they want to promote 2 of its members in a different group in America. I don't think I would have had a problem with this had they actually made a decent effort in promoting EXO in the West, but they flat out didn't. Also, I'm still not sure why they're debuting Baekhyun in a US-focused group when he's supposed to enlist in about a year. Now, don't get me wrong, Baekhyun is my alt bias, and I love it whenever he releases music, whether through EXO or outside. But if this group is supposed to be sustainable, I don't know how it's gonna happen with the one member who will likely end up being the main vocalist end up leaving so soon. Plus, he just had his solo debut, so it seems really soon for him to be joining a new group. As for Kai, he stated he's wanted to do solo work for a while now, yet he's the only EXO member without any solo releases. I hope that if this group does become a regular thing, that Kai will still be able to debut as a soloist if that's still what he wants. Don't get me wrong, I'm still hoping for the best out of this group. I still intend on supporting Super M and buying their album if that's what they end up releasing. I think all of the members will do a phenomenal job with their performances, and I generally really like the music that SM's artists release. However, I just don't think that this group will have the impact on the general Western public that SM is hoping that it does. They're marketing this group as the Avengers of K-pop, which is fair enough, but if you're trying to appeal to an audience that isn't very educated about your artists, then they're not going to care about which people you're bringing in for your supergroup. If SM is aiming to use name recognition to make this group big in America, it's not going to work. The other marketing strategy that SM might use in this case is to focus on the individual strengths of each member, and focus on promoting a group of individuals specialized in a certain area, like singing or dancing, rather than making it seem like a super cohesive group. But even then, this group seems really unbalanced to do that, with a bunch of really talented dancers, but only one outstanding vocalist, who's going to have to enlist within a year anyways. Anyways, let me know what you guys think down below. Are you feeling excited, apprehensive, or both?